Welcome to yet another episode of the Gargi Arya show, where it is basically intended to help you go beyond your box and live a life which is outside your comfort zone. And today we are having a very inspiring and amazing guest with us. His name is Dr. Aravind Padmaraju, and he is a head of cloud management in the Expo City technology team by day and effortless fit coach for the professionals all the time. He's also a certified fitness coach, certified nutritionist, and founder of Habbfit. And he's on this beautiful mission to help 100K working professionals be fit and healthy and to create a new breed of fit and healthy kids. What a beautiful mission you are having. Thank you so much for coming on this, Gargi Arya show. It's a pleasure and honor to have you here from FBR to here.
Yes. Thank you, Gargi, for that lovely introduction. So, thank you. Yes, it's pleasure talking to you and pleasure to be part of your show. And yes, I love to share some of the things which work for me, and I'm grateful to be part of your show.
Awesome, great. So, my first question to you is, how did you start on this journey? What was that triggering point in your life?
Yeah. So basically, there are two trigger points. First of all, my health issue started, or my weight loss struggle started when I started working. And all my childhood, I was being active and fit kid. And once I started working, my sedentary lifestyle started. And when you start out of the college and when you have a lot of fantasy that you have to party and you have to do a lot of abusing. I did drinking, alcohol, and all that. And over a period of a time, because of all this unhealthy eating habits and having those all kind of fast foods and having sedentary lifestyle, over a period of a time, I increased my weight. And I've been struggled more than 15 to 17 years losing and gaining weight. I have a marathon of losing and gaining. From 2003 to 2020, I've been going through this journey of gaining and losing. So first time when I started, first time I hit around 92 kgs when I was around 2007 or 2008ish. And I was literally felt very heavy on my body, and I said, there's something I need to do, something is wrong with my body. And that time I don't know how to do it, right? So I just, one fine day, my cousin told me that there is a slimming studio where you don't need to do anything, they will make you slim. Then I said, okay, let's start and try. And they put me some of the belts to heat it up your body, and they asked me to run, and they asked me to follow a very strict diet, almost like literally a very limited food. And I used to hate myself, but I was very passionate to reduce my weight. And then over a period of a time, 3 months, even though I lost around 12 kgs and I came to my ideal weight, somehow I was not able to sustain it. This journey is continued again and again and again. And I followed different diet patterns, different coaches, and every time it was a restrictive, and I was able to get the result, but I was not able to sustain. So back in 2013, I got married in 11, and I moved on. And from 2007 to 2011, I already lost 3 times, and again 3 times I gone back to where I started. So in 2013, there is a tragedy happened in my life that I lost my wife in a train accident. I went into a deep depression. So because of the depression I was only to overcome is eating food. And I was just left and right ate, and exactly in 2.5 months I gained 12 kgs. I hit my highest weight of 102 kgs from around 65 when I started my career. Right, so I was literally very heavy on my body, and then again I started with another diet, and I reduced the weight again, the same pattern. Right, it was a vicious cycles of losing and gaining, and then again I moved on with my life. I got married again, and again the same pattern repeated. And in 2016 I hit my highest weight of 102 again. And me and my wife, we went for a movie theater. The ticket collector, looking at my wife, was 52 kgs, I was 102 kgs. You can imagine how it was, right? So he told me, looking at my wife, is it your daughter? So that actually put me into so much of anger I was that time. but I could not able to control my anger on him, because somehow my mind was saying that whatever he said is right. Why are you feeling bad? That whole movie I could not watch. And that particular day, this small mind voice said that this is going to be the last time you ever have this experience in your life. And I really wanted to become a fit husband. So that's how my whole journey started. And then I started losing weight. And somehow I was not able to fix that. Again, over a period of 1 year, I started scaling up. And I was literally into a frustration that last 15 years I've been struggling again and again and again to gain and lose weight. There is something I'm fundamentally doing wrong. Otherwise, I can't fail so many times. Then I said that whatever I'm going to do next time, I will not do all the mistakes, whatever I did from my past 15 years of experience. That's how when I researched about and I started learning about nutrition sciences, fitness, and also mindset. Because we will be, everyone, I was able to brush my teeth every single day, but I was not able to fix my health and fitness struggle, which is most important for me to be fit and healthy for the rest of my life. Then when I went with the introspect about my all the past failures, I found a system. I found a system called the Habits. It's a kind of a formula. By using that formula, actually, I lost my weight from 102 to 78 kgs. From last 4 years, I've been consistently maintaining my weight. And during this time, so a lot of my friends asked me that why can't you help us as well? So that's how the whole mission started. And then I started my brand called Habbfit. And from that time, I started helping with this system. And I found I help actually working professionals, because people thinks that they don't have time to go to a gym, and they have to follow restrictive diets. But what I teach in my program is how you can effortlessly lose weight and maintain your fit and healthy body for the rest of your life by using a small tiny habits. So that's what is my program, and that's how I'm helping people from that time. So this was a little backstory why I started. And during this journey also, there is a one strong self-reflection happened, right? So if my 15 years of journey, whatever I found the solution, if my parents should have been taught me, right, I should have not gone to the journey of that many failures. Then I said that what is the guarantee I'm giving it to my son if I don't learn that and teach that to him, so that he will not go through the journey what I have gone through of 15 years. Then I said that, so that's when my vision has become more stronger, that I want to impact each and every person in this world, a parent, because the foundation is a house. If they are not getting that basic foundation knowledge from the house, nowhere they can get it there, and they will go through the same journey what I had in my life, my kids also go, right? So that's why I said I wanted to transform each and every parent who's watching this show, and also who's impacting through my program. I'm going to teach. Basically, what I do in my program is, apart from transforming them, I also teach them how they can become self-sustained beyond the program, so that they become that foundation for their kids. So that this is a one way we can actually fix the current pandemic. You can say the current biggest issue of this current world is obesity. That will only be stopped by transforming the family and creating that foundation for the kids. So that's a little background about me and how I started the whole Habbfit and this mission and vision, how it is evolved.
That is super inspiring, like you had so many failures, and even after that, you never had the spirit of giving up. So I think that is something we need to learn from you, that no matter how many failures you have, every journey starts with that single step. So a huge inspiration for all of us. So my next question to you is, as you started on this coaching and training journey of people and transforming lives, there might be many people who might have doubted you, or even those self-doubts, fears would have come. So what were your own challenges, and how did you deal with it when you started on this coaching and training?
Yes. So I wanted to share with you, my coaching has started because I was part of one of the community. I don't want to name that community right now. So some or other way, they came to know I was a top performer on that community, because I competed in one of the bodybuilding competition with that community. I came top 4 out of 40,000 people in the bodybuilding competition. And they banned me from their community because I decided to do it my own. and that actually put me into anger mode. My whole business is invented. If that company was not banned me, I think today I did not have this vision, and all of them came after that, right? And I started with recruiting multiple coaches. I started my initial 6 to 7 months. My only goal is to I want to beat that company. So because I did not had zero knowledge, I did not had any mentors and all of them. I recruited 10 to 15 people, invested heavily on my business, and I lost around 22 lakhs on 4 6 months of my business setting up and everything. But during this process, what happened is I went to a depression, because during the same time, I also had another trading business, which I lost around 90 lakh rupees approximately. And then the same month, on a December 2021, because I started in August 2021, this all was happening. I got a pink slip from my job that next 4 months is only there. You have a job, and I was literally on so much of that was my lowest point ever I faced in my life. I was literally in a depression thoughts, suicidal thoughts. I don't know what was happening. There was so much of overthinking happening. I was literally waiting for the universe or a God that someone will come and help me. So that's when I think my first mentor came into my life in somewhere in March. First time ever I took a mentorship on my mental fitness, that I was literally degrading myself, and I was not able to take any action. I used to do a self-sabotaging, and I literally keep thinking about the same thing, and I'm not able to sleep properly and all of them. Then I said that even though I know the meditation, I know the mindfulness practices previously, when you are into a deep low moment, you need someone to pull you back. So that's when I met my first mentor, Alok. Through him, I met so many other mentors, and he initially pulled me back from that initial trauma which I was having, the depression. And he told me that, why can't you do, because you're also doing a full-time job, why can't you try a digital coaching? So that's how I met our mentor, Siddharth Rajshekhar. Through him, I mentor Kartika Nair, which is my healing, and she helped me to heal from all my past traumas. And then from there, so many mentors came in my life. Everyone added value to me. And my digital coaching journey started somewhere in December. Even though I joined Siddharth in somewhere around June, July, and August, I could not able to start. Again, the procrastination, all of them happening. But I've been consistently working on myself. So I healed all my past traumas, my money challenges. There was some or other way I was creating my own reality. And I went on deep healing work done. And then December, I launched my first ever digital coaching journey. By the time, even though I impacted so many people, but I did not had a strong model where I can scale up, right? So it was more like one-to-one. I was randomly used to get the people. There is no proper team or structure. All of them started happening from December. I launched my digital coaching on, I think, the first week of January. And I started the whole freedom business model. And I did almost like 7 to 8, first 7 to 8 webinars. It was like all the time. Some of the webinars I can still remember that I was done alone, because I no one was joined, but I still do it because I committed to myself. And there was some few people joined my community, and around 70 to 75 people, but no one was serious. Then I gone through what is wrong with my system. I was consistently learning on my own self and how I can improvise their results. So there were so many challenges was there, but only one thing was I had a clear vision, right? I'm working for a bigger purpose, right? It is, I can maybe fail 1,000 times, but what if the 1,001 time I get success, right? I was always in that mode that I never quit, because till now from the childhood, there's only one mantra which I follow is, once you start, once you believe it, do it whatever it takes, and do it until you get succeeded. So that's a whole point. I was just kept on doing it. And I can still feel some of the webinars where people joins, I'll have zero sale and I'll go so much with the pain and all of them. But all these things were actually made me as a strong person. So finally, when I got a real breakthrough was in June 5th, I lost my dad and June 8th was my webinar. I took the webinar on June 8th, on next day of his funeral. And the whole week I was there. I have taken my masterminds and all of them. But that time I found literally that, I think there is something whatever the struggles I had, there is a strong purpose I need to serve. And I could literally feel, even whatever may be the situation, I was enjoying what I was doing. So that made me say that I know I want to go and pull on. Then I started investing on multiple courses. I'm also a Holobody coach under MindValley platform, and I also invested in some of the other mentor programs. Then finally, I got a breakthrough on August. So based on all my investments, whatever I did, and I created a program called Effortless Fit. So without going to gym, without following a restricted diets, by doing a less than a 15 minutes of a workout, how you can get fit. So I found that system, and then I started a new model called the bootcamp model, and that actually given me a breakthrough. So from that time to now, I can say that maybe I made 10x in December to July. From August to the last 60 to 70 days, I made 40x. So that was a growth which I got. And only one thing what I understood with this journey is when you have a strong vision and keep working on it, and you be in the game. So this is what I learned: be in the game, never quit. Yeah, either today or tomorrow, one day you're going to succeed, and you're going to create that impact. And what is the biggest achievement for me is some of my clients who I coached, and looking at the parents, the kids got transformed. This was my dream true, when your vision is strong, so you don't even know, because I never connected with those kids. They just looked at their parents, and because of their parents, the knowledge what they have, they got transformed. There are I think 3 to 4 of my community members, when they were sharing, I was literally on. I never thought this thing happened very very so fast, in less than a year time, where that impact, the ripple effect is already happening. So that gives me so much of what you can say, the confidence or satisfaction, which nothing has given me. My 21 years of my education or 21 years of my experience did not give me. So that's only thing was driven me, even though I had so many challenges during this process and all of them. But somehow I'm really really grateful for all the failures, all the people who hurted me, hated me. Because of all of them, who I am today. So, and I'm really really committed to take this mission and make next generation of kids to be a healthy and fit for the rest of their lives. So that is what is my overall coaching journey. Yeah.
I think I need to, upgrade my commitment level while listening to you. Like, I can go on listening to your story because it is so
Yeah.
inspiring. Like, even on the day after your father's death, you were still there, committed to your tribe. So that was something
Yeah.
which was really, giving me goosebumps. That you have such a great vision that you were still committed. So I think I need to learn this from you. My next question to you is, before we start with our main thing, you are also TEDx speaker. So I just want
Correct.
you to share your TEDx, journey of how it felt there, being on that stage.
Yeah, so from during the last my healing journey, I have listed down 10 goals. One goal was a TEDx speaker. I think it came from nowhere, and I'm really really grateful for my mentor Sandeep Gupta. And I think that August and September was a remarkable days in my whole coaching journey. I got a doctorate. I spoke in TEDx. I spoke in a podcast, and I attended. I met all the big leaders like Robert Kiyosaki and Sneh Desai, Sunil Tulsiani, all the big leaders, and being with them, right? So I was literally on a vibrational, impact that I felt that whatever I put my goal is very little when I see their goal was, their vision was huge. Then my vision was also opened up, and the TEDx experience was came from nowhere. Then I just said that okay, I got opportunity. Then I said okay, why can't I go and talk? And there's only one thing what I felt the whole TEDx experience was it came up with my own struggle. And I'll tell you, I came from a Telugu medium school. I don't even know how to speak English until my college. I had only 3 years of a college. When I started my career, I don't even know how to speak English. And from that day, I'm going and speaking in TEDx. There are two beautiful moments which actually I'm really really proud of myself. Was I could not able to study my studies during my childhood because of financial challenges of my dad. I come from a former background, and my I did a cultivation from my standard third standard till 10th standard. Every day morning, we used to have that tulip flowers, lily flowers, where I used to go and cultivate every single day. And I wanted to do engineering, but I had to stop my education because of the financial challenges. And I always wanted to study, right? But it came because of the passion I'm working on, and I got a doctorate based on health and wellness. I was in the top of the world. It was like that kid who wanted to do higher studies could not do it. But now the universe has given such a way that whatever I'm working on a passion, he said that okay, you are now eligible for everything. And I was literally on my tears when I got that doctorate. And TEDx one was because I still have in my wall that I become a TEDx speaker, and that every single goal, whatever I've written, out of 10 goals, 8 goals are already came true. Me touching, taking that FBR Hall of Fame award, and some of the things which I've written, almost every single thing came up. And TEDx speech was something was I'm really really proud of, and I was able to voice out my vision in front of a bigger stage. And I was super confident, and the way I been spoke the TEDx speech, and I went unprepared, no script, nothing. I just wanted to share what is there in my heart and what is my vision and mission and what is my story. And I was super proud of that. I'm waiting for that's going to the millions of people and inspiring them to be that role model for their kids with the TEDx speech, whatever I gave. And it was a dream come true.
Awesome, great. Thank you for sharing that, because like it has been my dream since last 2 years. So listening to
Wow.
your experience, it just gives me a bigger vision to just be on be on that stage someday. So
Yeah.
like my next question to you is, what is mental health for you? Like, what does it mean for you?
Yeah. So, first of all, I think I got introduced to mental health when I was deep into a depression, when I had first financial impact, which happened in 2017. And I used to do a regular practice. So, mental health is all about taking yourself into your own control rather than you're giving that control to someone else and to your mind to overthink. Mental health is all about understanding what is happening in your mind and your body and observing it and getting back to the present moment. So people always thinks that there are so many things which are happening and you're not able to take a decision and you are going through the stress and anxiety, all of that. It is because the state of your mind is either in the past and either in future. It's not staying in the present moment. And especially using some of the tools, you can always bring back to the present moment, because if you actually see most of the people, you can only live in present. You can't live in past, you can't live in future. But most of the people are suffering in present by thinking about a past experiences, or worrying about a future, what is going to happen, insecurities and all of them. But all the time the suffering is always happens in present moment. So the mental health, especially when I came to know, is because you always think that how strong you are at the some point of in your low moments. If you don't know, if you don't have the toolkit, my one of the mentors is very very clear, right? So you have a toolkit, right? If you don't know how to use the toolkit, you can use the toolkit against you, or you can also use a toolkit to nail the walls, uh, put the nails onto the wall. But most of the times we use against us. So even though we have those tools, we don't know how to use it. We use against to us. That's why you go through all that kind of traumas and everything. So that's where the expert advice or the mentors can help you, and especially following some of the breathing techniques and calming down yourself, self-analyzing what is happening in your mind and body, observing your body sensations. All that practices will get you back to the present moment. And most of the people are still in a lot of, if you see the current era, there's so many, I think so many people are going with their own mental health challenges, but they're not open to speak out. But this is the big time to speak out. And because of that, you actually are pulling yourself down, and you're actually putting yourself into a zone where you're not able to perform. You are self-sabotaging, you're doing a lot of things, you're hurting yourself. Rather than take a professional help, get over it and follow that whatever the practices can get you out of those mental related stuff. because I never thought I will go to the deep depression after having 21 years of experience and all of them. But what I learned is every challenge will teach you something. So rather than resisting about your past things, accept it and be always get back to your present state and move forward. I think everything is within you. The problem is we don't know how to use that. So that's a problem.
Agree with you. Like everything is within us, but we try to find
Yeah.
in the outside world. Great.
Outside. 100%.
Awesome. My next question to you is, we spoke about the mental health, but these days I feel most of the people's mental health, they don't take care of it, right?
Yeah.
Because there is too much of pressure, stress, and
Yeah.
all of these things that they are taking up, anxiety issues, depression issues. So at this point of time, are there any tips that you would like to suggest for someone who is going through a lot of stress and they just want to cool down everything?
Yes. So I can give some of the tips which I use whenever I go through my stress factors. First thing is I use a breathing technique. So most of the times, what we understand is if you actually observe your body, every single emotion, there is only one thing changes in your body. That number of the breathe in and breathe out. The time of the breath in and breath out is what changes. So most of the times, whenever you're anxious, whenever you're fear, whenever you're stressed, your breath cycle was faster. You just do a shorter breath. So the moment you're just changing your breath to a longer breath. So I use one of the technique called, you can count to 1 to 10 inhale and 10 to 1 exhale. So basically what you take is you take a full breath in and full breath out. When you breath in a risk, no other thing comes into the mind, right? You don't think about your thoughts, you don't think about your fear and everything, because your life is into a danger, right? When your life into a danger because of your holding a breath and taking that long breath, your mind gets calmed down. This is one of the technique. Or otherwise, most of the times when especially the current era, why people are getting stressful is people are our mind has something like amygdala. If I want to talk about little science behind it, there's something like a firefighting mode, which is called as amygdala, which is actually to protect you. But people doesn't know how to use it. What happens is when they go into a stress moment, if they don't know how to control the 90 seconds of the time, what happens is that amygdala kicks in. It puts you into a 1x of the problem. It shows you as a 100x, and you start overthinking it. Yes. So what you need to do during that time is you need to understand what is exactly stressing you. Scribing works like a magic, which actually I uses it in a real time when I'm not able to, I'm overthinking and overstressed. I will list down all the things which is actually worrying me, and I will ask myself, what is this one single aspect which is there in my hand? Because most of the times in that list, I always find 90% of the things I'm thinking about a past, which is not even in my hand. For example, I can say that right now, ChatGPT is everywhere, AI is everywhere. A lot of people may think about what happens, my job will lose, and all of them. And if you see the news, and they'll say that 50,000 jobs are replacing by AI, and all of them, you start feeling stressed. And he said, what happens to my family? How will I feed them? How my kids will study? And what happens to their future? And all of them, your mind start thinking it. But actual thing is what you need to focus on. List down what is there in your hand. What is there in your hand is start using a ChatGPT and upskill yourself and try to be prepared with the knowledge so that ChatGPT cannot replace you. That is the only thing in your hand. You cannot decide how your kids will get impacted after 1 year, what is going to happen in the job market. Nothing is in your hand. But that will only happen when you are actually in a calm mode. Because when you are in a firefight mode, there is your logical brain doesn't work. Logical brain is a prefrontal cortex, which is the CEO of your brain. It doesn't work, it shuts down. But if you can control by using this breathing technique, whatever I told, you will be in a control. Then you can do a self analyzing about, okay, what is a threat for you? In this threat list, what is there in my hand, which I can immediately take action. The moment you start taking action, in improving your skill rather than thinking about what the world is going, where the recession is coming, what ChatGPT can do it, you be fully equipped, and there is no way you're going to have that thing. But the problem is, who shows the direction of your thoughts is what decides whether you will be in a anxious, stress mode or you will come out of it. So this is one of the technique, and especially when you are in the anxious, you can also follow that box breathing. 4 4 4 4. You can breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. and also you have 5-7-8 breathing. So there are different breathing techniques, and also you can observe your breath in and breath out and observe your body. So these are the some of the ways you can get out of it. And most of the times, if you don't know how to control your emotions for 90 seconds, it will stay with you until and unless someone helps you to get out of the stress. Yeah.
Awesome. I think there is so much more to learn from you. Great job.
Yeah.
So, like my next question is regarding sleep pattern of people, which is
Yeah.
mostly disrupted for everyone because
Yeah.
we feel that let's reduce the sleep and work. For some of us, even sometimes I am like that. He let me just not sleep and keep doing the work. But
Yeah.
I feel this is also a disadvantage because somewhere you need to give yourself that rest. So, would you
Yes.
like to throw some importance on what is the importance of taking rest and not reducing the sleep?
Yes. So your sleep is the most fundamental thing every human being required. At least minimum 6 to 8 hours is a minimum, and it's not about 6 to 8 hours. There are two factors you can actually think. Your REM sleep and your deep sleep should be at least 1.5 hour. So that is where the quality of sleep is most important. People think that you can even sleep for 10 hours where you did not got a REM sleep and deep sleep. And most of the times you, because of your career, because of your profession, because of you have that bigger achievements and bigger goals, you always sacrifice the sleep. But there is a recent one of the surveys shows 99% of the diseases starts from lack of a sleep, and the stress which is created because of a lack of a stress. And because of that lack of a stress, there is a hormone releases in your body called cortisol, and it puts a impact on every cell in your body. And whichever cell you have weakness, it becomes over a period of a time. One time, two times, it doesn't happen. Over a period of a time, you having that lack of a sleep over a period of a time, that particular cortisol puts a impact on some of the cells. It becomes like a weakness, and that turns into a different kind of a diseases. And not only that, your productivity, your performance, your eating habits, and especially whenever someone comes to my program, especially in health, there are three things is a fundamental. One is you're taking care of your health. Without you taking care of health, don't even try any of the diets and exercise. It doesn't work, because sleep is the most fundamental thing. And the second thing is a water intake, which is you need to hydrate your body all the time, and also taking a lot of natural air. So these are the three things are very, very fundamental things. But especially with the sleep, most of your body recovers during the sleep. Your fat burning and your muscle rebuilding and your cell reproduction and your mind, basically your whole mind gets processed, all those subconscious mind thoughts and everything happens during a sleep. And one or other way, the sleep is one of the factor where people are going with physical and mental related challenges as well. And most of the times why people are actually not able to sleep, because of overthinking, and they don't know how to control their emotions and anxiousness. So especially because of that, people because of overthinking, because if whatever the technique I told, the breathing technique before you go into sleep, you can follow that and have a regular exercise, because your body works on a certain kind of a mechanism. When you work out, your body generates a hormone called melatonin, which is aids you into a better sleep. And also start using less mobile or electronic devices 1 hour before sleep, and make sure that you get up and wake up at the same time, because your whole body works on a bio clock, where it has something like a circadian rhythm, where your body can understand what time to what time you can sleep, so that you can improve your overall sleep quality, and eat your last meal maybe 3 hours before, and have a good amount of sunlight on your body, so which also improves your melatonin. And not only that, have a caffeine at least 6 hours before your sleep, because it also impacts your sleep quality. And by taking all these some of the tips, you can always improve your sleep. And if someone is sacrificing sleep for anything, either today or tomorrow, you're going to impact your both mental and physical health. So my first and foremost recommendation: sleep is non-negotiable. So minimum 8 hours, at least 1.5 hours of REM sleep, and 1.5 hours of deep sleep. So most of the devices you can count that, and as long as you're getting it, even if you can sleep 6.5 to 7 hours, if your deep sleep is 1.5 hours and REM 1.5 hours, it's absolutely fine. and it impacts in your decision making, your anxiousness, and your hunger levels, your cravings. It what's not. It's yeah. You are actually it's something like a recharging for your body is asleep, like how you recharge your mobile with a recharge, and the same thing. So most of the times, if you don't get recharged, what happens? You will get drained. And maybe for a human body, there's nothing called battery change, right? You need to go with your own bigger suffering or health related challenges.
Awesome, great. Thank you so much. We are receiving so many golden nuggets from you, and I feel the only thing that I want to tell each one of you is watching this interview is don't only listen, also implement what is being talked about, because knowing plus not implementing equals to not knowing.
Exactly, not knowing. 100%.
Yes. So my next question to you is, any success mantra you follow in your life which has got you here?
So my success mantra is never quit. If you never quit, you will always get succeeded. So the people thinks the only way failure is when you quit. Otherwise, failure is just one milestone in your life to get success. But if you really wanted to succeed, never quit.
Awesome. And my last question is, if someone wants to join you in your program, in your community, especially your inner circle, so what are the steps that they need to follow? First is to connect with you on Instagram. The links will be there in description. But then later process you can guide.
Yeah. So anyone who wants to join my program, I do every bi-weekly a boot camp, a 3 days boot camp. People actually can try my method for 3 days. And if basically I only coach based on a selection, I don't take anyone and everyone, because I wanted to really work on a serious people who are really committed. And because I have a limited time with my full-time job, and I only do a one-to-one coaching with the people. And they once they come to a bootcamp, and bootcamp link it is in the description, you can enroll it there, and from there you can try my 3 days bootcamp, and then you can upgrade, depends on your goal, whatever is there, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year program, I take them, depends on the goal of the person. And I help them in all the three areas of their life, is their mindset, nutrition, as well as their movement. It's kind of a holistic approach, because every human body is unique. The things works for me cannot work for you, and cannot work for a person B. So what we do in our the whole community is we personalized based on your own schedule, your own eating patterns, your own challenges. We find out your root causes and fix their root causes, and also build you as a sustainable routine which you can follow for the rest of your life. So that's why we go through the unique profiling, and also we wanted to really work with the people who are serious, and we wanted to create that impactful parent, so that my mission is not to coach you. I want to transform your kids. So that's how you can. And also, my all the program links are there in the link below, which Gargi is going to share with you guys.
Awesome. So all of you, now that you have received all the golden nuggets, all you need to do is just follow through all the links which are going to be there in the description. Follow him to the T, because I think the only way to change your life and to fast track your journey is to find that one mentor, surrender to him completely, and then just follow what he says, and your life will completely transform. So once again, my gratitude to you for coming here on the show. It was such a pleasure and honor to have you and be your host for the day. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Gargi, for first of all giving this information, this opportunity, and I'm really proud of you, and you inspiring many millions of kids. And some or other way, when you told me that I want to do, somehow I'm actually serving my mission of working with the kids and creating that foundation, or that information, or the knowledge. And as you rightly said, information will be no use if you're not implementing it, if you're not taking action. So the only way you get a transformation is taking actions. Hope whoever is watched, I want you to also follow Gargi and all her lovely work, and follow her work. And she's doing amazingly. And I'm wishing you all the best, Gargi. And I'm going to see you impacting millions of people with your work. and I'm so blessed to be part of this lovely show. And thank you so much for that lovely questions and remembering me that where I came from, and it was a memorable interview for me. Thank you so much for making such a lovely uh, session or interview. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. And thanks to everyone who is watching, because without you, we wouldn't be here. So, see you all in the next interview.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Take care. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.